to all my friends out there. So I think I'm getting my dollar's worth out of these flowers. This one, I cut one off, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more coming, and this one's got a lot too. So I'm getting my money's worth out of these flowers I bought. I hope everyone is being careful. Okay, so now it is time to eat up the stockpile. It's time to start eating this food down. Okay, so tonight I want to make some macaroni and cheese. I'm going to make one of my cheapest dinners, but it's a good dinner. It's cheap, but it's good. So I melted about 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm going to make some macaroni and cheese. Why this is important is once you learn this white gravy, you could put anything in it. You could put a sausage. You could put ham. You know, you could put anything. And then, of course, you can put cheese in it. That's always delicious and cheap. I stockpile cheese in my freezer. So I'll just cook it for a minute. I know some of you are sensitive to the sounds. Okay, so this is half milk, evaporated milk, and half water. I like that one for macaroni and cheese. So I'm inside, I'm staying inside. They've pretty much lifted the self-isolation. So we can go outside, but only after 5 and before 7 because, you know, of the protests. It's not good here. Okay, so I have milk, I have butter and flour, and then I just want to add cheese. A lot of times I just use Velveeta cheese. And so then I'll just keep adding milk little by little. For a cheap batch of macaroni and cheese, you don't need to be adding that much stuff to it. Okay, so for about a month, I'm learning about food shortages. One thing I learned that's possible to be short on is yeast. One of the important things you want to make is bread. So I made all kinds of bread. I made all kinds of yeast, which I didn't like the taste of. And so I forgot about this until last night. What about this? How about some tasty scones? The flatbreads are good, but you know, a lot of fried food, like if you were to eat it every day, and scones go down through the generations. So, you know, the old tried and true. And I bought a lot of raisins, so I can put any kind of fruit in scones. I made some really good scones. So, look. There's biscuits as well. So what's really, really good on scones is honey or any kind of jam. So for me, I think if I was out of yeast, or there was some shortage, first of all, I would suggest stockpiling yeast. I don't know if it's everywhere because when I found it, I bought it all. So I have a lot. Why you want bread is so you can make bread and gravy. So this is technically gravy. This is for the macaroni and cheese. And so that was about half a package of cheese. So I shopped around and I found the cheese as cheap as I could. and it was 99 cents only, $2 for 8 ounces. So about 4 ounces cheese. And if you use Velveeta, that's even cheaper. Velveeta is good for macaroni and cheese and all kinds of dips and stuff. All right, so now, so for me, if I can't find any yeast bread, I think scones are a little tastier than biscuits in a way. They're very easy to make, and for scones, all you really need is a good recipe. And so what happened is about a couple years ago, I started in on the Tea Party thing, and I was telling my son it was the strangest thing. It's like, I think some stuff is hereditary. I was able to whip up a batch of scones with no problem. Now on biscuits, not as easy for me to make. And then I think most of the time it's also very easy for me to make was crumpets. So this'll do. Yummy. You can't say scones are more expensive than fry bread because you're using a lot of oil. And these are made in minutes and very easy to make half a batch. Tea scones are a favorite of immigrants from all over the British Isles. The Scots take credit for them, but immigrants of British and Welsh extraction claim them too. The English call them singing binnies because of the way they sizzle when they are cooked over an open flame. That'd be good. So I guess you could cook them on top of the stove. So it was really easy to make a half a batch. I would rather make a half a batch. Okay, so now, those candles are terrible. I haven't, you know, when I go out, I just dash in. I can't even think straight. I just try to buy only what I need, and then I forget half of the stuff I need. It's super annoying. Okay, now, so one of the best things to make with your macaroni and cheese is fish sticks. And I got these at Walmart. You get a lot. So once you get your stockpile, then, you know, life is really, really inexpensive. You can just eat your stockpile. So, okay, I'll make a little batch of tartar sauce. It's really, really easy to make. So once you start stockpiling stuff, you're not running out of food anymore. So I have dill pickles. I never used to make it. One of the followers said, why don't you just make it? And I thought, yeah, that's a good idea, except for at the time I didn't know how to make it. So you need dill pickles. And you need a little pickle juice, dill pickle juice, a little bit, and some onions. I'm using dry. So you can get by on this. You want to get it smooth. It's like hair color, no lumps. I wish I had every hour that I spent mixing hair color up. I wish I had it back. But it's gone. It's long gone. See how nice and creamy that is? No lumps. Sometimes I put lemon juice in it once in a while. Okay, so now your meal is going to be a lot more complete if you have some kind of vegetable. So I buy these bag salads for $1. And then I always have tomatoes. I can't find my olives in there, and I'm not willing to search. But olives are good on this too. And then a little salad dressing is good. And then we'll have some macaroni and cheese, homemade. Why buy it? It's cheap and easy to make. And kids actually love this. All the kids I ever met love it. And then I save my tonic water and cranberry juice. Okay, you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all. There's a cheap meal for you.